So by clicking this video, I'm guessing you're about ready to take an exploration into some ancient ruins and get a close-up look at one of those fine examples of Roman ingenuity as well. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. But first, I think we should go back so I can tell you exactly how I got here. Alright, so I just hopped off the metro. I took a train this morning a few minutes outside of Rome. We're going to walk on down the street here and check out the Aqueduct Archaeological Park. Let's go down here and see what this thing's about. Yeah, so I took the metro train about 15 minutes from Termini Station in Rome to the Giulio Agricola subway stop. From there, it was about a 10-minute walk, which, well, is nothing compared to what you're about to do once you get in this place. Notice how bright and sunny it is on this December morning. It's actually pretty cold out. You'll see evidence of exactly how cold in just a bit. But right now, this first structure that we're approaching is the youngest section. Built in the 16th century, Aqueduct Felice still carries water to this day. It was named after the Pope of that time period, and it ends in Rome at the Fountain of Moses that you may have seen in my previous video. Notice all that frost on the ground right here? Yeah, I told you it was cold out. As we begin to top this hill, you'll immediately notice some ruins up ahead. These are what is left of the Claudian Aqueduct. Its construction began under Caligula in the year 38 and was finished by Claudius in 52 AD. Water once ran through this system for over 40 miles, though some of that was underground in the higher terrain areas. These marvels of ancient engineering are gravity-fed systems, using a downhill slope to deliver all that water. Once it made its way to the city, it would then be distributed by branching into smaller pipes, much like what we have today. It could then be used for everything from private homes to fountains, and even those public baths that the Romans seemed to love so much. Moving on up the path, we re-encounter that Aqueduct Felice we saw earlier. It was built upon the remains of the much more ancient Aqueduct Marcia that was initiated by an ancestor of Julius Caesar. I'll talk more about it later, but right now, let's take a look over here. So I'm sure in this area you're noticing all that, well, much more modern artwork that's been conducted through here. While these amazing stone structures have really withstood the test of time, it seems that some people just have no respect for ancient history. Now you might think the graffiti in this area kind of ruins the experience a bit, but unfortunately the real problem is that cleaning it off could potentially damage the surface of the structure even further. So what can you do? Now don't get me wrong, I'm cool with artistic displays and all, but just do your painting somewhere else. Yeah, that wall over there, that might be a little more appropriate, I guess. Now don't think that you'll find just aqueducts here. There are plenty of remnants of other structures too. What we are now looking at is what remains of a large 2nd century estate known as the Villa delle Vignacce, which basically means home of the vineyards. Now 2nd century might seem ancient, but it has been determined that settlement here actually dates back to a couple hundred years BC, and that was around the time that original aqueduct was being constructed. Now let's take a closer look at this. As you can see here, materials used in this type of architecture included a combination of bricks, mortar, and volcanic stone. The building you see here is a cistern, and it was tapped directly into Aqueduct Marcia to store water for that nearby villa we just explored. But sorry, it looks like we won't be going inside. So as you can tell, this place is massive, spanning well over 500 acres, and it is part of the Appian Way Regional Park. While this ancient landscape really is an amazing sight to behold, I am told the evening time provides an even more spectacular experience as the sun begins to set behind those mighty marvels. Hey, we're not done just yet. Before we leave, take a look at this. If you're into botany, they even have biodiversity gardens here too, that offer up some pretty interesting info on the local plant and animal life. Now what I've shown you here in this video is just a small portion of what you'll actually find. Along these historic pathways there are old buildings, towers, and miles of aqueducts. So if you dig archaeology, or if you just want to enjoy nature in a wide open space for a bit, you're definitely going to love the Aqueduct Park. As for me, I got to get out of here and head on over to another interesting location, which involves a much deeper dive into the history of the area. And you might as well follow along too.